Hello friends, my name is Molpe and welcome to another LD57 game. This one is called The Way We Left. It's an interactive fiction scroll quilled by these alphabetical gremlins. Thank you very much. You can switch fonts at any time by clicking on font. Font? Okay, great. Two possible fonts, okay. This looks nicer, but it's smaller. Let's see how it's gonna maybe it's gonna be easier for me to read this. I remember the dread, the pain, how blood was running down my face, how my head spun. My heart was beating so hard, I felt it within my teeth. I was exhausted as I was. Every step was more difficult than the last. Oh, this is pretty. Dark stone bowls surrounded me, lit by orange glow of forge lamps. The comforting chirp of cricket beacons, every 30 meters or just about. Linger on this feeling, move on, linger on this feeling. These were familiar tunnels rising towards the city from the Cowards realms. What we would call the city anyways. Our heaven, our refuge. Linger longer. How long can I linger? These names that we used not to call it a survivor camp or a tomb. I had to cross through the ruins no matter what. This was the only way out. Let's go on then. Walking through these paths that I'd dug with my own 2 hands helped me collect my thoughts. That fire still burned within me. I could not shake the horrible sight. I dreaded to come back. The fire still burned within me. This was the life I'd chosen so many years ago. Digger, explorer, sworn pathcarver, so that others could follow in my footsteps. And a right rapper. Ooh. Nice. Cool. There's like a little wagon over there. Okay, so these are like places people could sleep in. Oh, hello. Blood. I emerged from the maw of the deep. The cavern was immense. Tens of meters high, metal towers grafted to the walls, rows of pipes and purifiers, and at the center of it, the quarry. This was still my home. Even if its current state, abandoned and broken, all eyes could see was my home. A place that I loved, the place that I would give everything to protect, a place they would never see again. A place that my comrades slaughtered as they were in uncaring depths would never see again. I looked around at empty habitations, at the bloodstains and the torn metal sheets, trying to imagine that there was a next step. No more residential districts. The memories are way too painful. I had to keep moving. Time was running out. Certainly, the creatures were hot on my trail. I had to keep moving. And no time to be sentimental. We spent a lot of time in the cave or the tunnel or something. The ground was covered in cracks, gears, chain belts, tools, and spilled lubricant. It was so easy to lose your footing every step of the way. Write of dark thoughts, describe of the surroundings, muse about the past. Describe the surroundings, please. I had played a decade ago in these streets. It had always been comfortably warm, nailed it, down here, with all the dredgers and smelters and furnaces. A time long gone. I remember catching and stopping myself. My first concern, of course, had to be my survival. and nostalgia would not get me moving. It could only slow me down. If you are actually like standing and thinking for quite some time now, for 5 minutes, I was descending towards the city center. I needed to make my way to the condemned tunnels. Into the unknown! After 7 years, they might as well be uncharted territory. No one could say what we would find up there, or how dangerous it would be. Or maybe there's nothing. My weary mind drifted away as I walked. I had hoped to rest. I had hoped to recover. My legs. I was hoping that the varicose veins in my right leg and my swollen feet wouldn't force me to take breaks. Person would hope so. This is beautiful drawing. I really love this. Like, the art is so pretty. I did not have much time, but as I was crossing through, I could linger on the location for a moment as I got my breath. I would go to headquarters. Wait a second. Okay. I kept pace through the city center. I visited the playground. I decided to visit the playground one final time. Empty and destroyed as it was, it chilled my blood, but drew me in. 70 years ago, I would play it in a sand pit. I'd swing on that swing. They had been built for me and the other children my age. The swing set was just a repurposed harness tied to a cruel weld steel beams. But for a 6-year-old exiled underground, it was everything. 6-year-olds exiled underground. Oh my god. This is deep into the future. Or a sci-fi, but probably future. I remember waiting for the work to be finished, bothering the craftswomen, clinging to their legs. It's one of my oldest memories. Many years later, we would get together on the top of upcycling jungle gym, with Onyx and Nyla, to smoke a mushroom pipes at night. Oh, not you. Much later skill. My team and I like to eat here during lunch breaks. It wasn't far from main quarters, and we liked it. Loved being surrounded by the kids and the families coming to play here. It reminded us why we did what we did. What did you do? Why we would always go deeper, risk our lives in the depths. I couldn't resist grabbing a skipping rope that laid in the rubbers. Sentimental, I know. It might come in handy when you need to strangle someone. My steps had led me to end of the city territory, near the massive bulkhead leading to ancient galleries and echoing halls. No more lights in the tunnel. The barricades has been dismantled, the big metal bulkhead forced open. It was the way back to the surface. Do we dare to go to the surface? It was also uncharted territory for me. Not since the first exode had I been through these parts. Maybe it was time to leave this all behind me and this chapter of my life. After like 70 years, whoa, different music. As I made my way through a coarse, cramped tunnel, I thought I sensed a presence. I listened carefully. I thought I was hearing what sounded like faint squeals. I approached slowly as I was trying to learn what was lurking here. I followed a scent. I was smelling something pungent in the air. Is it air? Like fresh air? Whatever was at the bottom of this cave was around the corner. Oh, it's gonna be burning meat. I looked thoroughly. A humanoid shadow was dancing on a cave wall. I froze in place, suddenly wondering if I was about to fall in the trap of an unknown monstrosity, or if I should run for my life. I went towards it. Maybe I will die now. Oh. The grisly scene of a kid kneeling next to a dying atrocity appeared before my eyes. Oh, I'm so sorry, kid. Her tear-drenched face was frozen in shock as she slowly turned to me. I stayed cautious. I deconstructed what I was seeing, trying to put the picture back together. The kid was not moving by an inch except for her only hand, which was clutching a sharp flint with which she had to kill the dreadful creature. I lent her water. I sat down with her. I calmly put my old body next to her because I didn't want to rush her. I understood that she accepted my concern, and she let her guard down and dropped her flint knife. Nice. I wanted to comfort her. I stammered. It's okay now. We are together. We will make it out. Poor kid. She stayed muted. She trusted me. She regained faith. She put herself together and smiled fiercely at me. She grabbed her flint knife and put it in her pocket. I want to know who you are. How about you telling me who you are? She gave me her name. She showed me how to escape. She drew me her tale. Let's get a name. She traced a name with a finger and a mix of dust and blood. The word Gwen appeared before me. Old enough to write. She burst into silent tears. The longer we stood at the same place, the greater the danger. I let her take her time anyway. I told her to follow me. Let's move on. She followed in my footsteps, pacing her walking rhythm on mine. Okay. Friend? As we went back to the main tunnels, the kid told me her name in sign language. Gwen. I don't know sign language. I'm sorry. I followed my instincts. I remembered my teachings. I moved at random. What am I doing now? As we went back to the main tunnels, the kid told me her name in sign language. I followed my instincts. At each crossroads, I let Gwen choose where to turn and which tunnel to take. Oh, wait. N. W. N. Interesting. Suddenly, a familiar voice caught my attention. It was my ex-lover's voice, sister-in-arms voice, childhood friend, or Gwen's mother. Let's go with the ex-lover. Let's make it a little more interesting. My heart missed a beat when I heard Mariana's voice calling my name. The voice seemed so close we practically started running towards it. The voice was asking for help. It's a little weird for me that I'm like playing as me, like the narrative is all in my perspective, but I am deciding what type of voice I'm hearing. Anyways, let's follow the story. The voice said she was thirsty. She begged us to bring her water forthwith. We decided to follow her voice and find its source. We went straight ahead. It led us to another tunnel. It was hard to define where it came from. Let's go left. A bunch of tunnels, difficult to negotiate. Let's go right. Yet another tunnel, mouth but narrower. We were hearing the voice echoing on the walls, uninterruptingly. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go ahead again. We arrived at an empty cave hall. Scan under a note. Is it a starfish with testicles? We had the heavy feeling we were going deeper and deeper into unknown. Let's go ahead. We connected to 3 ways crossword. Without thinking about how we find our way back in its maze, we let the voice guide us. Okay, let's go left again. A dead end. Okay, it was a mistake. Oh no, we should never had come down here. There was nobody there. Nobody human. Oh god. The echoing dead end ink drawing. Let Gwen describe. The voice turned into a whisper. Then multiply whispers. They wanted us to stay forever. It got very scary and was very dangerous, as in life-threatening. One description of each scary thing. One description of each dangerous thing. Let's go with scary things. Scary, rock scary, sound scary, liquid. Describing this would help, and well, we should better write about how to get out. Like, it's true, it's all scary. I'm gonna just, okay, let's go forward, let's move forward. It was more than time to get out. I think we like had the description pretty well from Gwen, so we can move forward. We had lost so much time on this Wayne quest. Did I have a choice to not follow the voice? I don't remember. We had to hope the beast hadn't caught up with us. Describe the surroundings. Ahead of us, a bed of wild indigo purslane-like seedlings was covering animal carcasses. To the right, pale lanterns of some sort wedged into the wall's illuminated path. To the left was a dried-out fourth passage. Oh, which one to choose? Ahead, bed of seedlings covering animal carcasses. Probably not smart to go there. Pale lanterns of some sort wedged into the walls illuminating the path. Like, logically, the worst looking path should be the right one, right? The resonant dead end was far behind us by now. A fine stone dust was still hanging in the air, where the sides of the common were scraped and eroded. The ghastly stalker was there. Ahead of us, a forged metal getaway was left ajar, its curious hospitality inviting us to use it. To the left, there was a dark circular hole dripping with blood. To the right, the smell of soil once it had been dug tingled my nostrils. Moles must have been nesting there. Moles. Well, we don't know what has been nesting there, and there is a lot of blood. Ahead of us is a forged metal getaway. Curious hospitality. Should we use it? We're gonna use it. A dark, disturbing wind was blowing from depths. To the left, small blue spots were floating in all directions. To the right, the roots of underground trees supported walls, preventing it from collapsing. Ahead, a rays of light diffracted in a human-sized gem pillar. That is kind of scary, actually. So I'm like thinking about the tree, because the tree is preventing from dropping. We finally managed to exit this labyrinth. Yes, we had been walking for a while when in front of us, finally, a dark metal box. 7 meters tall, barely a meter wide. Oh, it's a lift. A slit to the right reveals it harbors, in fact, a door. Gwen was looking at it, a solemn look on her face. She seemed to know on instinct that it was something important. Purple gem marbled its surface. It reeked of death, damp stones, tree sap, iron, and rust. I remembered how bloody handprints had stained the doors a long time ago. We had wiped them clean. We did this to honor the dead. Yeah, we wiped the memories of the dead to honor them. That's not true. Like, you don't have to have bloody footprints or handprints everywhere just to honor the dead. What am I saying? So, they would not be remembered for these final moments of terror, trying to flee what had greeted us as we descended. Fair. Certainly a future endeavor it would not bring them back. I passed a hand against the gold metal, pressed the hand of the machine. My heart elevated, sweat within my palm. My goal all along. I had almost forgotten it existed. I did not think it would still stand after all these years. Hope and survival. Hope, survival after all this time. I still could not give up. A silent prayer to the goddesses that the door would open, that we could escape, was running through my mind. I pressed the button shakily. I hit the button. A child pressed the button before I did. Usually that happens. She looked at me, her eyes completely hidden by her messy bangs. I smiled warmly. The child was startled by the violent howling noise of metal against the rock. A rhythmic thumping and clacking echoed off the dark walls of the cave. From antique machinery we had awoken. I put the hand on child's shoulder. It is startled. I put reassuring arms. Fear not, dear child. This is, in fact, an elevator. Her tension seemed to dissipate. Nice. Her presence by my side brought me comfort and hope. Yes. The door ground open with a fearsome noise. The screams of ghastly menageries all at once. A dim, ugly green light poured out from the metal cabin. It smelled like piss, shit, molds, and sweat, even after all these years. No one cleaned it, but they did clean the bloody handprints. The inside was covered with deep scratches, claws, and pincers. I could not resist placing over my shoulder into darkness behind us, glancing over my shoulder. We climbed in the elevator and shut the door tight on our heels. Nice. We waited. Button. The climb must have lasted 10 minutes. Oh, okay, we are already on the way up. It felt like hours. Understandable. When the doors opened, a violent, exulting light brought us to our knees. We are so pretty. I stepped outside. For the first time since I was a child, I was overwhelmed. Seeing this world again, so different from my now distant memories. It is so strange. Okay. We took a few steps on the cliff tops. Everywhere you could see the traces of the great sky flood. Animal remains, like bones everywhere, trapped in great resin, half melted and porous, with their telltale coral hue. We made our way to the humble cabin, now grotesquely stretched towards the sky, from which I now read. Oh, this is adorable. Wow, is this age? I hope anyone finds this. I am terrified of leaving Gwen alone, to burden her with the finality that she would be the last of our kind. Whoever reads this, please remember her. I know no one may find these scrolls. I know they might end up destroyed, scattered, lost. I know the person finding it, me and you, it might not even speak the same language as I do. In fact, I do not speak the same language. Well, I do speak the same language, but it's not my nation. I'm not English person. But this has been the story of an end. Of my death, and that's how I died. The way we left the depths behind and rose back to the world 70 years ago had forsaken us. What? The ways we left the depths behind. But I thought you went into the depths 70 years ago. Has forsaken us. Rose back to the world that 70 years ago has... Oh, like 70 years... I'm a little confused about this one. I wish you luck. One can never have quite enough of it, and apparently that of my people had run out. For now, I must stop writing. I hear Gwen is calling my name, and I must find something to eat. Adnienka bless. Farewell. Put down the quill. Oh, that was cool. And I can see the whole story again. Oh, that was so nice. I love the soundtrack. I love the story. I'm curious what other opportunities we will have, like options are there. How much it will change when you choose other paths. So you let me know in the comments right now. The link for the game is as always in the description. So go ahead, look at the game, play it yourself. Let me know what ending did you get, or how it will change. Maybe if you don't learn Gwen's name, maybe the whole story is gonna be completely different. I don't know. Let me know. Leave me a like and subscribe, because I will play more LD57 games and you want to see that. Have a wonderful day. Love you. Bye.